Hey guys, it's Antonio here with the Nerd Element. Well, by the time you probably see this, it will be Sunday. Today was Free Comic Book Day on Saturday, May 3rd. First Saturday in May, Free Comic Book Day. I'm just gonna do a short little vid about some of the comics that I picked up. Um, I'll go through the ones that I really was looking to get instead of the bunch of ones that I got because I went to two different comic book stores to get the. I think I have like maybe everything that was available, or maybe half of everything. But anyway, so first I'll start with DC's Futures End issue 0. Um, This is gonna be This is the beginning to DC's new event, Futures End. It gives you a little tease, to what it's about. Unless you have if you're gonna read this one, essentially it's pretty much kind of like an Age of Ultron. I would say it's kind of like an Age of Ultron thing that Marvel did mixed with the Borg from Star Trek. It's either you get assimilated or you die, essentially. And it introduces Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond, into the New 52 universe. So I picked it up. Um, I might pick it up. I'll see how it goes. I did like how creepy this one was with everything that's going on with Brother Eye and all that. So you know there's like no more heroes. But we'll see what happens with Forever Evil. I'm still gonna do the video on that for Comic Book Alley. I'll tell you what's up with that because I might be done with just DC in general. Um, Continuing on, um, I got the Rise of Magi, or the Rise of the Magi, or I can't really pronounce it. If you can give me proper pronunciation, that would be great. Um, I looked through this a couple of times. I don't really know how to explain it. There's stuff about magic. The art's really interesting. It looks interesting. It has like demons and orcs in it, and it looks to be really interesting. I like the art. The story seems really good. I'll probably do a more in-depth explanation in a episode of Comic Book Alley. So that's that one. I also picked up the Street Fighter issue 0. I'm glad to see Street Fighter back in the comic universe. It's actually kind of Street Fighter is actually one of my favorite comics. I'll have to get some and do some comic book alley stuff for that. But essentially, it's the start of the origin to Akuma. He's usually like the main bad guy in the Street Fighter universe besides M. Bison, Gil, and Seth. It has, I think, about two. It has like three origin stories in it. First, it's about Ken has Ken's student, and then one has Judy betraying Seth and going over to M. Bison's side. And then the rest is the um, Akuma origin story, which is going to be starting up pretty soon. Which I really like Akuma. He's one of my favorite characters in Street Fighter, so I'll probably be picking that up pretty soon. And I also got, you have to get, if you get DC, you have to also get Marvel. So I got Guardians of the Galaxy issue 0. Um, Essentially, um, this one has it has a story. It has the main story, um, a little Thanos short, um, and also a sneak preview into the Spider Verse, which shows every Spider-Man ever. The main Guardians of the Galaxy story actually has Venom, well, the new Venom, whoever the new Colonel Thompson, the new Venom in the Marvel universe, joining the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that will make for some really interesting issues down the road for Guardians of the Galaxy. So I might have to pick those up. And last but not least, the one other comic I was looking for, which I had to go to my off-chain comic book store to get, which I went there first, and I was surprised that they had it because when I went to my usual comic book store, they didn't have it. So, and what I was looking for the most, V Wars issue 0. Now, it's written by Jonathan Mayberry. He's one of my favorite authors, and he's a really good friend as well. Um, so essentially, it's pretty much V Wars is actually a book first, and now it's into comic book adaptation, and I think it's also gonna be adapted to either film or TV show. I'm pretty sure it's TV show. Um, I'll get more information about that. But anyway, V Wars is essentially the it's the vampire wars. It's humans against vampires. See, what happened is the patient zero guy, he gets apparently everybody in the world has a vampire gene inside them, and when activated, people become vampires. So I mean, but with this vampire story, it has different vampires from all sorts of cultures. So if you're like, Native American, English, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Latino, whatever your base culture is around, that's the kind of vampire you'll turn into. Which the book itself is just really awesome. It being in comic book format, I would say it's probably one of the best comics I read. I have issue 1, and I'll have to review that soon for you guys. Um, I really like the art for it. Um, you know, yeah, it's just really good. The art's really cool. The vampires look really cool. Um, if you're if you have read the book V Wars, you'll like the comic. I guess I'll get some more in-depth stuff as well to it. So it's definitely a series that I've picked up. It's by IDW. So if you're a fan of Jonathan Mayberry and his work, if you're a fan of V Wars, if you've read it, you'll like the comic by IDW. So this is V Wars issue 0 for Free Comic Book Day, which is the prologue to issue 1. Which is funny because issue 1 came out before issue 0. Um, for the other comics, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy for Marvel. Street Fighter is made by comic Capcom and Udon Capcom. The Rise of the Magi is by Image Top Cow Productions. And of course, for Futures In, it's DC Comics. Well, so I hope y'all enjoyed this little short on Free Comic Book Day, and see y'all at the next video. Take care and happy Free Comic Book Day. Hope y'all got a lot of stuff that y'all are looking for.